Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. On behalf of Regional Committee North of Insurance Association of Pakistan, I would like to welcome you all to this webinar on understanding concept of Takaful, which is being jointly organized in collaboration with IGIP, which is International Group of Insurance Professionals, being run by Mr. Zulfikar Ali Khan from last about 6 years. And I think today we are going to touch a very important topic, a topic which needs clarification from many aspects still in the markets. And I would also like to welcome the international participants we have in today's webinar, people from UAE, Uzbekistan, UK, which are here. And Insurance Association of Pakistan North region has been very active in doing these kinds of webinars, and I would like to pay a special gratitude to Mr. Zulfikar Ali Khan, who has spearheaded the education committee of IAP North in the last year, and has successfully conducted many webinars. And for the first time, we have also been able to kind of conduct webinars on the topics which are very important for the regions, not only related to Pakistan, but also to the region. And for that, IGIP has played a role and has provided us with technical collaboration in terms of providing speakers and also introducing us to many new markets, for which we are very grateful. So I would like to ask Mr. Zulfikar Ali Khan, who's the chair of Education Committee of IAP, to kindly introduce Mr. Mufti Muhammad Ibrahim Isa, who's the noteworthy Islamic scholar and expert on Islamic finance, banking, and insurance. And Mufti Sahab, a special thank to you as well for sparing your valuable time. So over to you, Zulfikar. Thank you.
Thank you, Hisham Sahab, for your kind words and support. IGIP is a group of insurance and risk management professionals where we gather professionals from world over. We conduct webinars regularly with the support of Insurance Association of Pakistan, Lahore Insurance Institute, and various other bodies. Our today's topic is understanding concept of Takaful Islamic insurance, to be presented by Mufti Muhammad Ibrahim Isa. Mufti Muhammad Ibrahim Isa is a well-known Sharia scholar not only in Pakistan but also in international Islamic financial market. Mufti Ibrahim is writer of 4,000 fatwas on different topics. Purpose of this webinar is to clarify the misunderstandings about Takaful Islamic insurance. Like many of experts in conventional insurance feels that Takaful and conventional insurance is identical, but we will learn the difference between these two financial institutions. I personally thankful to Mufti Ibrahim Isa that he has given us time for today's webinar. I would like to acknowledge guidance and motivation provided by Mr. Muhammad Hisham, Chairman, Insurance Association of Pakistan Regional Committee North. We cannot overlook the efforts of Mr. Khurshid Iwan, Secretary, IAP RCN, Mr. Muhammad Imran, Deputy Secretary, IAP RCN, and Mr. Temur Beg, volunteer from IGI, who work behind and manage this webinar. Further, I need to thank Mr. Usman Khalil for his technical support. I am thankful to all the members and the participants of today's webinar. I must hand over the mic to Mufti Sahab to start this webinar. Thank you, Mufti Sahab.
Yes, thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am also thankful to Brother Hisham and his entire team. I am also thankful to Brother Zulfikar, who has arranged today's webinar. and today's webinar is on very important topic, and this topic is takaful, and what is the difference between takaful and insurance, and what are the products of takaful, and how any insurance company can launch window takaful, how any reinsurance company can launch re-takaful. So number of people they work in the insurance industry, and they listen the word takaful. Sometimes they execute the transactions of takaful, and sometimes they issue the policies of takaful, but they are not aware the basis of takaful and re-takaful. So it is very important initiative by AAP and Brother Zulfikar to explain about the difference between takaful and insurance. And today I have prepared my presentation, and this presentation would cover a number of aspects. First, we will discuss about the market potential and what is the future outlook of the takaful and re-takaful. Secondly, we will discuss about the concept of conventional insurance and concept of takaful, and then we will discuss about the important terms and definitions, and then we will discuss about the model and concept of Waqf model, Wakala model, and some other procedures that they are very important for the in the takaful segment. And then we will discuss about the difference between conventional insurance and takaful, and in the last we will discuss about the concept of re-takaful. And if we find time, then I will try to discuss how to develop the window takaful in any insurance company, and also we will discuss how to develop re-takaful in any reinsurance company or any syndicate, because we have so many syndicates. So I am also very thankful to international audience. They joined us and they are now with us, so I am also very thankful. And in the last we will also cover, and I will also take the question and answer session, and you can share your questions, and most it is very and preferably if you write your question in the chat box during the conversation and during the presentation. So I will take all these questions in the last. So I start my presentation with the market potential and outlook. We know that takaful is now growing in the industry, and many insurance companies, many reinsurance companies, they have started takaful. In some countries, we find that regulators, they allow insurance companies to develop window takaful, and they the insurance companies can start and establish window takaful, and they can start takaful products. And in some region, we find that it is the mandatory from the legislation point of view to develop and to establish a full-fledged takaful company. And these regions, they don't allow insurance companies to establish and they develop the takaful products. So but despite this restriction and despite this all the issues, now the insurance industry, the takaful industry is growing, and also the re-takaful industry is growing. Muslims currently account for a fifth of the total global population, and these levels are expected to further increase in the future. Takaful is rapidly growing momentum, particularly in the Asia Pacific and GCC region, owing to a large Muslim population. And I was very impressed when I visited Lloyd's of London. I found that they are aware about the takaful. They are aware about the re-takaful, and they are also working in takaful and re-takaful. Insurance industry of UK, insurance industry, I also visited number of other Muslim and non-Muslim countries, and I found in Australia, in some other European and Muslim countries, I found that takaful is growing in everywhere. We receive two problems. Number one problem is about the awareness. The awareness is the main issue, and the knowledge of takaful and knowledge of the products of takaful, it is the main issue. And if our industry gets the knowledge of takaful, then they can work more and they can produce more about the Takaful products. So today's seminar and today's webinar is to resolve this issue. And now today we are discussing about the Takaful, so that we are all aware about the products and the concept of Takaful, and the misconception that sometimes people tell that there is no difference between Takaful and insurance. They both are same, and they both are working. Their working are same. So today we will discuss what is the difference between Takaful and what is the difference between Takaful and insurance. So also most of the insurance companies which have large market share in the industry are now operating in Takaful, also by opening a separate window for this purpose. We discussed that in some region, insurance companies may develop Takaful products, and they launch and they establish window Takaful. And according to Sharia point of view, it is okay for any insurance company to launch Takaful, and there is no issue. Yes, there are some restrictions, and there are some limitations, and there are some condition requirements. For example, segregation is the very important point of view. Segregation, it is very important for any insurance company to segregate its business, insurance business, from the Takaful business. Both the documentation would be segregated. Also, the funds would be segregated. Bank accounts would be segregated, and the investment would be segregated. IT system would be separate from the conventional system. So there are some requirements, but in principle, it is okay for any insurance company to launch window Takaful. And also, it is okay for from Sharia point of view for any reinsurance company to open Takaful. Yes, there are some requirements, same requirements that we have in the insurance, in the Takaful and window Takaful. So we find that there are so many reinsurance companies, they did not establish their window Takaful. They what did they do? And they established their separate reinsurance company, Takaful companies, in Malaysia, in Bahrain, in some other region, and they did not launch the Takaful window. But some reinsurance companies, they have Takaful window. So both are okay, both practices are okay, subject to some conditions. For example, segregation of funds, segregation of investment, segregation of documentation, etc. So, as per Allied Market Research, the global Takaful market reached a value of 27.6 billion USD in 2020. This is the research that was conducted in 2020, and global Takaful insurance market to generate 97.17 billion by 2030. So we receive usually we receive good response from the market. And one thing more that I would highlight, that in Muslim and non-Muslim countries, now the Islamic banking is growing, and the Islamic banks, they need Takaful. They finance the assets, they finance the vehicles, they finance the properties, they finance the equipment, they finance the machineries. So for all these financing, they need Takaful, and their preferability, they prefer Takaful, because when we talk about Islamic banking, Takaful is important. And insurance, yes, it can, many Islamic banks, they take insurance because non-availability of the Takaful products or the Takaful limits. That is why they use the insurance. Otherwise, the main principle, and in principle, it is not allowed for any Islamic bank to take the coverage from the insurance. If they find any Takaful coverage, then they should go, and they must go for Takaful. Otherwise, if they don't find, then they can go to the insurance, but they prefer Takaful. And we know that Islamic banking is growing. Even in non-Muslim countries, many financial institutions, they are launching different products of Islamic finance in USA, in UK, in Australia, in New Zealand, and also in Muslim countries. The Islamic banking market is growing, and the growth rate of Islamic banking is more than the conventional banking. So Takaful is the requirement of Islamic banking as well. So I'm hopeful that this Takaful market will grow more, and that is why we are required to learn about the Takaful products and the Takaful concept. So here I will discuss with you about the concept of insurance and concept of Takaful. Actually, when we talk about the Sharia status of the insurance, so we don't normally receive the response, and we know that the insurance is not acceptable in Sharia, and Sharia does not accept insurance. So what is the reason behind that? Why Sharia does not accept insurance, and why we are required to develop the Takaful products? So there are two aspects in the insurance. The first aspect is about the concept of conventional insurance, and the second aspect is about the practice of the conventional insurance products and conventional insurance. So when we talk about the concept of insurance, so Sharia does not disallow the concept of insurance. Concept of insurance is acceptable in Sharia. The concept, yes, under conventional insurance, the risk is transferred to an insurance company. So insurance company, they take the risk, and the risk is transferred to the insurance company. The collected amount of premium is invested in all sorts of securities, which could be interest bearing or may invest in companies that are doing unethical business. The main purpose is to indemnify the loss of the insured person. This is the concept behind the insurance, to indemnify the loss of the insured person. And Sharia does not, Sharia accept this concept, to indemnify and to take the coverage and to take the coverage of loss. And indemnification is not prohibited in principle in Sharia, and Sharia allows to take the indemnification, to take the coverage, and to take all the measures to secure yourselves from the loss. It is allowed in Sharia. In principle, it is allowed. But the main problem is about the process of insurance. When insurance first launched and came in this world first time, so it was not Sharia. It was not against the Sharia. It was in compliant with Sharia. It is very, very interesting. For you, I think it would be very, very interesting. When insurance came and the insurance, the first time insurance, the concept of insurance and the products of insurance, they came and they were executed in the market. So they were on the basis of solidarity and on the basis of brotherhood. And the traders, they were collecting the premium, and they were giving to one trustee, and this trustee was not the owner of these funds. And these funds were utilized for the losses of the insured, and the trustee was not the owner of these funds. So in the beginning, the concept was for risk sharing and not the risk transfer. In insurance, the main issue from Sharia point of view is the transfer of risk. And when we transfer the risk from one person to another person, so in this situation, there are so many Sharia requirements, and insurance product, they are not compliant with these requirements. For example, in the risk transfer, you can get only the premium amount and not the extra amount. This is the Sharia ruling of transfer of risk. Yes, if you don't transfer the risk and you share the risk, it means all the participants are insured and they are insurers. They are themselves insurers and they are insured themselves. So this is called risk sharing. When we talk about risk sharing, so in risk sharing, the Sharia is lenient and Sharia does not impose many requirements. For example, in risk sharing concept, you can take more than your premium. It is the ruling of Sharia. You can take more than your premium, and it is proven from number of ahadith and from number of verses of Holy Quran and other Sharia sources. So the what is the issue? The issue is that the concept is Sharia compliant. Concept is not non-compliant. Concept is Sharia compliant. But the main issue remains with the process. Process is non-compliant. So takaful is an alternate to conventional insurance. It is based on the concept of risk sharing, not on transferring of risk. Since it is an alternate to conventional insurance, the start and end result would be the same. It is very, very important to understand. Many people think that in takaful, we receive different things. No, takaful is the alternate of conventional insurance. And if, for example, if I offer takaful products and if I tell that you take me coverage and I will give you Zamzam, okay, and I will give you the debts, okay, who will come to me? People need coverage. So in takaful, we will not provide Zamzam. We will provide coverage, yes, but the coverage would be provided in accordance with Sharia. Sharia does not tell that coverage is not possible and coverage cannot be given to any person. Yes, there are so many ways in Sharia. We will discuss in the takaful model, in the different models. We have different models. Wakala model, Wakala Waqf model, Muzarba model. We have some other hybrid model. We have different ways to cover to indemnify the loss of any person. We have so many ways. So so the main point is that sometimes people see that the takaful is also providing coverage and insurance is also providing coverage. So there is no difference. No, it is not correct. And difference should not be seen only in the result. Yes, the process is the difference. Process is the different. In takaful, the process and the model and the products, they are different. Yes, the result is the same, and it happens many times that result is the same, but the main the product is different. So I can give you an example that once I was in Australia and my friend told me that we will be having breakfast in the McDonald's. I told, oh, in the McDonald's in Australia and Sydney in McDonald's we will be having breakfast. So he told me, don't worry, we will go, and this McDonald's is halal. So when I visited this McDonald's, so there was the halal mechanism, and when I received the burger was the same, which was non-halal as well, but the meat and the chicken that was in that burger was halal. That, and if I see that burger, there is no difference between halal and non-halal burger, but the process made my burger halal because the chicken was slaughtered by hand manually and with the recitation of Allah and the recitation of Allahu Akbar. So end result is not this, is not the difference, is not different from the conventional insurance. In the takaful, you will receive coverage, but the process is the process of the takaful is different. The concept of conventional insurance is within the teachings of Islam. I am talking about the concept and not the practice. and there is no problem with that. The difference lies in the process. The problem is in the process, and the process is different, and process is not Sharia compliant in the insurance. That is why we need takaful, and that is why we need to develop the takaful market. There are some definitions. Muzaraba, a form of partnership where one party provides the funds while the other provides expertise and management. There are some words which are in Arabic. You will not confuse, inshallah. It is very, very easy, not an issue. Muzaraba, it is the form of partnership where one party provides the funds and second party provides the expertise and the management. One person is the working partner and second person would be the investor, and the profit would be sharing according to the pre-agreed ratio, and the loss would be borne by the investor in case of non-negligence. If there is any negligence and misuse, then the loss would be borne by the working party. So in takaful we use muzaraba concept, so we will discuss later on. Qarz hasana, it is interest-free loan, and in takaful we use also the concept of qarz hasan. I will tell later on. And also waqf, we will discuss a lot about the waqf. Waqf is actually the charity, the religious endowment, and waqf is something the person takes out any property, any asset, any commodity, any amount from its own ownership, and it transfers to the ownership of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the benefit of human being. So the takaful model, one of the takaful model which is very, very common in many countries, is based on waqf model, wakala waqf model. So we will discuss about the waqf. And wakala is a contract of agency in which one person appoints someone else to perform a certain task on his behalf, usually against a certain fee. Actually, the takaful company is the wakil, is the agent, to manage the takaful fund. So that is why our model, takaful model, is based on wakala. Wakala means agency. Okay. So for example, the takaful company is the agent, and it manages takaful company. The takaful operator manages the takaful fund on behalf of the participants, and takaful operator is not the owner of that fund, is not the owner of the takaful fund. So the agency contract and the wakala concept is there in the takaful. That is why we have to learn about wakala. Participants, we tell the policy holders, the participants, because they are the participants in the fund. They are the participants, and pool is the account in which the contributions are deposited. In takaful, the contributions are not the contribution. They are not transferred to the insurance company. Insurance company is just a trustee. Takaful company is just a trustee. And the takaful company is just a wakil, an agent, trustee. We can tell it operator, we can tell it trustee, we can tell it the manager. It is only the manager. And surplus is whatever remains in the pool after taking out the wakala fee and other operating expenses. We will discuss about the surplus later on. And wakala fee is the fee charged by the operator of the fund. Insurance company and takaful company, when they launched the takaful pool and the takaful concept and takaful product, so they charge the wakala fee. Definitely the takaful company is not the charitable organization. Insurance company is not the charitable organization. Yes, the concept is to support the Muslim community. Concept is to support the Sharia-based takaful concept. But Sharia does not tell that you cannot generate profit. Yes, you can generate profit. You can earn profit, but with the Sharia, with compliance with Sharia principles. So takaful means joint guarantee for mutual assistance within a group. Each member of the group pools to support each other within the group. Takaful, it is the Arabic word, and its meaning in the Arabic is the joint guarantee. And in takaful, every person pools some amount, the group of peoples, they gather and they support each other. One support to second, second support to first, and first support to third, and third supports to fourth. Every person is the insurer. Every person is the insured. So this is called the risk sharing mechanism. So the basic concept of the takaful, each member of the group pools to support each other within the group. Principal objective is the same as insurance to indemnify.
लाइन्स जो है वो लैन कार्ड से मैं कनेक्ट होता हूँ, या तो वाईफाई का पासवर्ड भी मुझे बता दें।
Yes, please, if you would mute your mic, brother, could you? Okay, so principal objective is the same as insurance, to indemnify against unforeseen financial losses. In insurance, this is the basic concept and principal objective is to indemnify against unforeseen financial losses. So similarly, in takaful, what we do, we indemnify, but the indemnification, the process of indemnification is different, and the insurance company does not indemnify anything in takaful. The insurance company does not indemnify. Who indemnifies? Who is responsible to indemnify in takaful? Yes, the insurance company is not. Yes, insurance company is the supporter. Insurance company is the trustee. Takaful company is the manager. So, but takaful company is not supposed to indemnify. The indemnification is being given by another person, and that is the takaful fund, that is the takaful pool. So we will discuss more in the slides. Now I will discuss about the takaful models. In all over the world, number of takaful models are there, because there are so many ways to give the coverage in Sharia, and Sharia is not the limited. The knowledge of Sharia is not the limited. We have the solutions for many financial issues, and not the one solution. We have number of solutions, and in Sharia we have all the solutions of conventional banking. We have the solutions of conventional insurance, conventional reinsurance, retrocession. We have. So it is very important for us to learn what are these solutions. And Sharia is not very difficult subject. It is a very easy subject. It is not a very difficult. You will now see about when you see the models, you will see that it is not difficult. So there are so many ways, so many methods to execute takaful products, to develop the takaful products. Okay, the most two products are very important, and two methods, two models are very important, and they are prevailing in the market. Wakala model, normally the Wakala model is used in the GCC market, in the UAE market, and in some other markets, and it is also the very famous model of takaful. And the second model is the Wakala Waqf model. In many countries, for example, in South Africa, in UK, and in some part of Malaysia, and also in UAE and Pakistan and Bangladesh and some other countries, they use the Wakala Waqf model. And there is also another model, and that is the Waqf model, Muzaraba model. And Muzaraba model, normally we use, sometimes we use in the life insurance, in the alternate of life insurance, when we work on the concept and products of life insurance, so we normally use the Muzaraba model. But basically, there are two main models of the takaful. Number one is the Wakala Waqf model, and the second model is the Wakala model, only Wakala model. And I can share with you that we have the alternate of life insurance products in Sharia. We have the alternates of life insurance products, and we tell it family takaful.
Which model proves to be more successful, Wakala Waqf model or Mudarba model?
Wakala Waqf model is the most successful model in all over the world, and there are so many flexibilities in the Wakala Waqf model. That is why we normally prefer, and most of the Sharia scholars now prefer Wakala Waqf model because there are so many flexibilities in the Waqf. That is why we prefer. So,
sir, one more question. As you have initially said that Waqf is created.
Sister, I would suggest, please, please write your question in the chat box, or we will give 15 to 20 minutes at the end of the session for the question and answer. So please keep with us, and we will take. I will take all your questions, inshallah. So there are two models, very, very important, Wakala Waqf model. And in Wakala Waqf model, we have so many flexibilities. Sharia gives us flexibility. So that is why we prefer the Waqf model. So now we will discuss what is mean by Waqf and what is mean by Wakala. And then we will be aware how to develop the takaful products on the basis of Wakala Waqf model. So definition of Waqf: to transfer one's property into the ownership of Allah Subhanahu wa ta'ala for the benefit of human being. In the Waqf, we transfer the person, the company, the takaful operator transfers its ownership, anything, commodity, any asset, amount, funds, anything, into the ownership of Allah for the benefit of human being. And this Waqf fund would be used for the benefit of people, for the benefit of specified people. The person who executes the Waqf, that person is called Waqif. So it is not a difficult word. Waqif. Waqif is the person who executes the Waqf. So this is the definition of Waqf and basic rules. Waqf property cannot be sold nor gifted, and neither can it be distributed among the heirs of the Waqif. It is about the property. Yes, if we execute Waqf with some amount, for example, with $1,000, with $1,000, so these $1,000 can be invested in any Sharia compliant way, in any Sharia compliant instrument, and the profit would be distributed among the participants, and the profit would be given to the beneficiaries of the Waqf. Waqf is a legal entity, therefore it acts as a legal natural person, and it is in Sharia, it is a legal person. It is like a natural person, and it can accept the donation, it can accept the contribution, it can provide the relief, it can provide the funds, it can give the claim, and it can give any other amount. It is allowed that the Waqif can stipulate that he himself will be the manager of the Waqf. It is also allowed for the Waqif. Waqif means the person who executes and establishes the Waqf deed and Waqf and segregates his funds from his ownership to the Waqf. So he himself may be the manager of Waqf. So he can become the operator, he can become the trustee of the Waqf, and definitely when he is the trustee of the Waqf and he is the manager of the Waqf, definitely he will charge the fee, and this is called Wakala fee. The trustee is actually the Wakil, and we discuss about the in the definitions about the Wakala concept. This is wakala. The trustee is the wakil, and the trustee would charge the wakala fee, and his wakala fee would be paid out of Waqf fund, the fund that we decided to launch. That fund would provide the wakala fee to the manager of the Waqf, to the wakil. Whenever donation is given to the Waqf, it is not treated as Waqf, rather it is treated as the property of Waqf. We have two types of Waqf. Number one, the seed money. For example, if someone segregates the 100,000, and 100,000, they are the seed money, and the people come and the people contributes, they contribute in the Waqf fund. So after contribution, the fund grows, fund increases, and the increment is the property of Waqf, and this increment, this increased amount would be utilized on the benefits of the Waqf and among the beneficiary. It can be distributed among the beneficiaries, but not the seed money. Seed money would only be invested in any Sharia compliant investment, and the profit would be given to the beneficiaries, to the participants of the Waqf fund. Conditions as laid down by the Waqif are treated as orders given by Allah. So Waqif is allowed to make the conditions that who can receive the benefits from the Waqf, who can receive the claims, and who cannot receive the claims out of Waqf. So it is allowed for Waqif to mention and to impose the conditions in the Waqf. It is important to learn about the Waqf, because our model of takaful is based on Waqf. So now, when you came to know what is mean by Waqf, what is mean by wakala, so now you can easily understand how takaful concept and takaful product is being developed on the concept of wakala Waqf model. So in wakala Waqf model, the takaful operator establishes a Waqf fund through the contribution of a seeding amount. This is the step number one. And the insurance company or the takaful company, they want to launch the takaful business. So what they do, they will segregate some amount, and it is called seeding amount or seed money. And this seed money would be segregated, and the Waqf fund would be executed, Waqf deed would be executed, and Waqf fund would be established. And the purpose of this Waqf fund would be mentioned in the Waqf deed. Normally, any insurance company that launches the takaful on the basis of wakala Waqf model, they execute Waqf deed, and this Waqf deed is available. These Waqf deeds are available on the websites of the insurance companies. They have the window takaful, so you can find these Waqf deeds on the website of the insurance companies or takaful companies. So in this Waqf deed, they write that the participants would be the beneficiary of the Waqf. The people would contribute in this Waqf fund, and the benefits of the Waqf fund would be given to the participants only, and not any other person. Because in Sharia, it is allowed in the Waqf model that the benefits may be restricted. And it is not important in Sharia that the benefit is available for all the people. No, it is allowed, but it may be allowed by Sharia that the benefits of the Waqf may be limited, and every person cannot get the benefit of the Waqf, only the participants. So in takaful, we restrict the benefits of takaful fund, and we give the benefits only to the participants and not any other person, because we don't have so much funds. If we develop a Waqf fund for all the people who suffer any loss, then our Waqf fund would be empty on day one. So that is why we restricted the benefits of Waqf fund, and we only give the benefits of Waqf fund to the participants, to the contributors only. So all the contributors, they contribute in this Waqf fund, and the amount that we receive in this Waqf fund, all these funds, they don't belong to the insurance company, to the Takaful company. All these funds are Waqf, and these funds would be utilized for the benefits of the participant. That is why I told that the Takaful is actually based on the concept of risk sharing and not the risk transfer. Insurance company does not take any risk in the Takaful concept. Then who takes the risk? This fund. This fund is actually accepts the contribution from the public, from the policy holders, from the participants, and all participants, they are actually the insurer. All participants, they are actually the insurers, and they are insured, okay, because this fund belongs to them. The benefits of these funds belong to them. So yes, there arises one question: what happens if this Waqf fund does not have sufficient fund to compensate the losses? This is a very important question, and I will share one diagram, and you will receive the answer of this question. So, but please be understand that there is a difference between Takaful and insurance. In Takaful, the concept of risk sharing is there, and all the participants, they gather and they contribute their funds in the pool, and this pool is Waqf, and this pool, the seeding amount of the Waqf fund will remain invested. Seed amount is invested in a Sharia compliant way, and the profit that is generated on the seeding amount is distributed among the participants when they have any claim. And also the contributions, the policy holder, the participant, they give the contributions. So these contributions are also given to the beneficiaries, to the policy holders when they have any claim. So any person, by signing the proposal form, contributing to the Waqf fund and subscribing to the policy document, shall become the member of the Waqf fund. So any person who wants to cover his loss can contribute in the Waqf fund and can become the member of the Waqf fund. So all members, all policy holders, they contribute in the Waqf fund, and they receive the claim from this Waqf fund, from the pool which belongs to them. Benefits of all the pool belong to them. So this is the model I wanted to highlight. You can see that the company, the Takaful operator, and you can see that the initial donation by shareholders to create Waqf fund. In the beginning, the shareholders or the company, they contribute some amount through the in the Waqf fund, and Waqf is established. Then you can see the participant means all the policy holders. Insured, we don't tell in the insurance, in the Takaful insured, it is the participant. So participant come and they contribute donation paid by the participant in the Waqf fund, and you can see that the company has established the Waqf fund. So what is the benefit for the company? So insurance company, as I told, and the Takaful company, as I told, it is not the charitable organization. They are doing the Takaful business for some profits. and profits are okay if they are Sharia compliant. So the Takaful company, they take the wakala fees because the company, Takaful company or the insurance company, has to manage this Waqf fund. So you can see that the company, Takaful operator fees for administration expenses, 25 to 30%. For example, the participant participated for, I am giving you the one example, $100, and out of that $100, they participated $100 in the Waqf. Okay, so the participant will not give directly to the company. They will give to the Waqf fund, and Waqf fund will give the wakala fees to the operator. For example, out of $100, $25 to $30 were given to the company, Takaful company, or the insurance company or the reinsurance company as Takaful operator fee, as the wakala fee, and rest of the fund, for example, Waqf fund 75 to 70% investment by funds. It was invested in Sharia compliant investment, and it is also the difference between insurance and the Takaful, that in insurance you can invest anywhere, you can invest in any company, you can invest with any bank, you can invest with the bonds, you can invest in T-bills, you can invest in any conventional instruments. But in Takaful, we can invest only in Sharia compliant investments. For example, we can place the funds in the Islamic banks only. We cannot place the funds in the conventional banks. Okay, and if any country does not have the Islamic bank, so the interest-free account would be opened, and all the amount would be parked in the interest-free bank. And also we can invest only in the Sharia compliant shares, Sharia compliant equities. And there are so many Sharia compliant equities on traded on the stock exchange, and we have list for every country, for USA and for other countries. Dow Jones has issued the list of Sharia compliant instruments, Sharia compliant equities. In Pakistan, we have the list issued by the Pakistan Stock Exchange. So we can only invest in Sharia compliant equities. We can only invest in Islamic mutual funds and not in any other mutual funds. We can invest in the Sukuk. Sukuk is the Islamic bonds, and they are different from the conventional bonds. We cannot invest in the conventional bonds. In the government securities, which are non-compliant, for example, in Pakistan PIBs, in other countries there are sovereign guaranteed funds, number of bonds in other countries. So interest-based bond we cannot invest. Okay, so we have the limitation. In Takaful, we have the limitation. And this is the difference between insurance and Takaful. This is the second difference. The first difference is about the concept of and the practice of insurance in Takaful. In Takaful, we execute the transaction of risk sharing, and in insurance, they execute the transaction of risk transfer. So the third thing that I would like to highlight is about the claim. Operational cost of Takaful, re-Takaful, operational cost, I mean here the claim. Claim is being paid by the Waqf fund and not the insurance company and not the Takaful company. So claim is being paid by the Waqf fund. Here arises one question. What happens? What happens if there is insufficient fund in the Waqf pool? So there arises a claim, and Waqf does not have sufficient fund to compensate the loss of any policy holder or any participant. So will we refuse that client, that participant, and we will tell, oh, okay, you invested and you took the policy of Takaful, so you should wait. If we adopt by this way, then the Takaful market will not grow, because every person does not understand. So we have another solution for that issue, and this is the interest-free loan Qarz-e Hasan from the Takaful company. So Takaful company at that time will provide the Qarz-e Hasan interest-free loan to that Waqf fund, and this Waqf fund will pay the claim, will not refuse the claim, will pay the claim out of the Qarz-e Hasan. Qarz-e Hasan interest-free loan would be taken from the company, and it would be parked in the Waqf fund, and Waqf fund would pay the claim. And whenever the surplus would we will receive the surplus in the Waqf fund, then we will transfer that we will pay off this interest-free loan to the company. So in case of deficit, we have the model of interest-free loan, and insurance company would be required by law, by legislation, to provide interest-free loan, and it is the requirement of most of the regulators in number of countries. So, and what about the surplus? So surplus means, for example, the Waqf fund generates the contribution and accepts the contribution and pays the claims and all other wakala fees and some other operational expenditures. And at the year end, we find the surplus in the Waqf fund. For example, in one Waqf fund, for example, $100 are there, for example. So what will we do with that surplus? That surplus may be distributed to the participants. It is another difference between insurance and Takaful. In insurance, in Takaful, sometimes we distribute the surplus, and it is not the mandatory requirement for the insurance company or Takaful company to distribute the surplus, because surplus may be kept as reserve, because we may need the surplus for future claims. We don't know how many claims we receive in next year, so we may keep the surplus as reserve. Okay, and also we can distribute the surplus among the participants, and it is also acceptable in Sharia. And one thing more, the Takaful company would invest the Waqf fund in Sharia compliant way, and the profit would be distributed between Takaful company and the Waqf fund based on the Muzaraba principle. We discussed in previous slides about the Muzaraba. Muzaraba means one person is the investor and the second person is the working partner. So the investor is the Waqf fund, and Waqf fund provides the funds to the Takaful company for investment, and the Takaful company will invest, and the profit would be distributed between Takaful company and the Waqf fund. So in this diagram, you can see 40% of the profit is being given to the company, and 60% of the profit is being given to Waqf fund. So we have two options for any Takaful company. As in the perspective of Takaful company, they have two options to generate revenue. Number one, wakala fees to manage the Waqf fund, and second option and second revenue generation option is the profit is to receive the share of profit after investment of the Waqf of the funds of the Waqf fund. The way Takaful operates, part one, the Takaful operator creates a Waqf fund. So it is the step number one. Participants contribute their contribution on the basis of tabarru into this Waqf fund. Tabarru means contribution. So contributions are paid in the Takaful Waqf fund, and this Waqf fund does not belong to the Takaful company. Takaful company is just the operator. The Waqf fund is responsible to help those out in times of their needs. Okay, the Waqf fund will pay the claim. The Waqf fund because the Waqf fund is for the policy holders, participants, and participants, they are themselves insurers, and they will give the benefits among them, and they will distribute the claims among them. So, but they appointed the Takaful company as operator, and Takaful company will charge its wakala fee. Surplus in Waqf fund, if any, may be distributed among participants at the end of the year, and it is maybe and not shall be, because Takaful company may keep the surplus as reserve, because we don't know about the future claims. For the reserve, surplus may be kept as reserve. We have a number of products, family takaful, general takaful, and also medical takaful, and time does not permit me to discuss in detail about the family takaful. In family takaful, in life insurance, we also provide the takaful concept, and takaful practices are there, and and we provide the term takaful. In the family takaful, we provide the term takaful, individual takaful, and also the debt. We can provide the debt benefits and the disability benefits and hospital cash plan in the family takaful. And also in general takaful, we can provide the health, accident, fire, motor, marine, and miscellaneous products. So the model is the wakala waqf model, and by this model we can provide the protection, we can provide the coverage to the policy holders, to the participants, but different way, and we use the model of wakala waqf, and we did not use the model of conventional insurance, which is the risk transfer. So Waqf fund inflows and outflows, I will just go through. Contribution received, it is the inflows of the Waqf fund. Contribution received, investment income earned by investment of PTF, and we tell normally the Takaful fund is told PTF. We tell it PTF, participant Takaful fund, and it is not a PTI, so it is PTF. Receipts from retakaful pools and reserve required by preceding years actual evaluation to be brought forward. Any donation made by Takaful operator or others, but we don't receive any donation. So Waqf fund outflows, incurred claims, it is the outflow of they are the outflows of the Waqf fund. Takaful operator fee, repayment of Qarz Hasan, Takaful operator share investment income earned by investment of the PTF, amount paid out to retakaful, any donation paid by the Takaful fund on the advice of Sharia advisor. It is the donation for Waqf can be determined by the Takaful company on the basis of actuary. You can contribution, how much amount the policy holder, the participant will pay as contribution. So the Takaful company is responsible to determine, because it is the operator and the trustee and the wakil. So the Takaful company will determine the contribution. The Takaful company, while managing the Waqf fund, will play two different roles simultaneously: operator, as I told, and Muzarib. As operator, the Takaful company will perform all functions necessary for the operation of the Waqf against the wakala fee to be deducted from the contribution of the participant. As Muzarib of the fund, the Takaful company will manage the investment of the excess fund of the Waqf into Sharia compliant investments, and will participate in the profit of funds investment at the specified ratio of profit. So the Takaful operator and the insurance company will act as the Muzarib, as the working partner, and it will invest the Waqf fund in Sharia compliant investments. The Takaful company may distribute the surplus amount on the following three bases. It is about the surplus: a portion kept as reserve to mitigate the future losses, a portion distributed among the participants to differentiate it from the conventional insurance procedures, a portion utilized for the charitable purposes. Every year we can also pay the charity out of the surplus. Investment avenues. How many investment avenues we have? Sharia compliant government securities, for example, we have so many in number of countries we have, but in most of the countries we don't have. So Sharia compliant joint stock companies, Sharia compliant mutual funds, sukuk, Islamic banks, and Islamic windows in conventional bank. So we can place our fund in the funds of Takaful fund, in the Sharia compliant in the Islamic banks, or in the window of any conventional bank, in the Islamic window of any conventional bank. So here I will just describe and read what are the differences between insurance and Takaful. Takaful, the niyat, intention, cooperation and risk sharing in the group. In the conventional insurance, the concept is the risk transfer, and in Takaful, regarding the investment, Sharia compliant investment monitored by Sharia board. Every Takaful company has Sharia advisor, a scholar, expert in Sharia, and Sharia scholar and Sharia expert and Sharia board. They supervise the Takaful operations, whether they are in line with Sharia or not. So investment of contributions is made only in Sharia compliant investment, and in conventional insurance, no Islamic regulatory restriction. Underwriting profits, no provision for underwriting profit. We don't have in Takaful, we don't have any underwriting provision profit. We cannot take the surplus as underwriting profit. Yes, in insurance companies will make profit if the claim are lesser than the premium, and claim payable from the participants Takaful fund. And in insurance, they are payable from overall fund of the company. Company is the responsible. Surplus belong to the participants. Okay, and in insurance, the surplus belongs to the shareholders. Now I will discuss about the Takaful briefly, because we have very short time, and I am also required to take your questions. And now I wanted to share with you that it is very important for the Takaful to have a Takaful. Without Takaful, Takaful cannot be successful. And also, in principle, it is not allowed for any Takaful company to take reinsurance, conventional insurance. They should take Takaful. In some countries, I know that there are some limitations. That is why they go for reinsurance. But in principle, it is not allowed. In principle, it is important for any Takaful company to have Takaful treaty or Takaful facultative support. They should take, and they should work for that. That is why we need to develop the market of Takaful. Unfortunately, market of Takaful is growing, but the market of Takaful is not growing, and we are working, but our working is very limited. We have many problems in Takaful, so it is very important to for any Takaful to have Takaful, an Islamic alternative to conventional insurance based on the Sharia compliant approved concept for reinsurance. Okay, Takaful operator pays an agreed contribution from its Takaful fund to the Takaful operator in return for the Takaful operator providing security for the assurance that the Takaful operator is protected. There is no difference between Takaful concept and the Takaful concept. In Takaful, we have Waqf fund, we have the Takaful fund, and this fund takes the contribution. And in Takaful, there is a fund. And in Takaful, the Takaful company is not the responsible to compensate the loss. Yes, the fund, Takaful fund, is responsible to compensate the fund. The same method. In Takaful, the clients, for example, they are individuals, they are corporates, and in Takaful, there is no difference in the concept, there is no difference in the product, there is no difference in the model, only the difference in the customers, in the clients. The clients of the Takaful, they are Takaful operators. They are insurance companies. They have window Takaful. So there is no difference between between Takaful and Takaful as per model, as per practice. So now, in the end, I wanted to share with you one more thing about the window Takaful and window Takaful. It is also Sharia compliant to have for any insurance company to launch window takaful, but with the some requirements. For example, segregation of funds and investments. All the funds and bank accounts would be segregated from the conventional funds, and the documents would be separate. The policy, the language of the policy would be separate. The conventional language cannot be accepted, because in conventional language you will find that the company will indemnify. We find in the insurance policy the said word, the company will indemnify. In takaful, company cannot indemnify, and company does not indemnify. The participant takaful fund or the participant, they indemnify each other. So we have to use this separate language for the separate policies for the takaful, and we cannot use the same policy, same wording, same language for the takaful product and for takaful policy. So we are also required to have a separate IT system, because the language, as I told, the language of the takaful is different. So, and also any reinsurance company can also launch the re-takaful, and Sharia allows them to launch the takaful with these guidelines. Segregation is the main requirement. If anyone segregates the fund of takaful and re-takaful, reinsurance and re-takaful, then it is okay. And now the time has come to take the questions, and I would suggest you to write your questions in the chat box, and I am finding number of questions in chat box, so I will take first the questions which are available in the chat box, and after that, if you wanted to say anything or to ask any question, then you are available. So the first question is, it specifically mentioned somewhere that opting takaful is mandatory for Islamic banks? Yes, there are so many guidelines from the Sharia advisor and Sharia board of Islamic banks that the Islamic bank should take the takaful, and if they don't, if they are not successful, because the takaful companies they don't have the limits, or they cannot provide, and they don't have re-takaful coverage, then they can go in the insurance, but in principle they would go to opt for takaful. Who initially made investment if in waqf? The takaful company. The insurance company will make the investment in waqf fund, and that investment may be any amount, but it should be reasonable, and not only $1. No, it should be reasonable. So the takaful operator, the insurance company, they will start a waqf fund with the segregation of some amount, for example, 10,000 USD, 5,000 USD, or anything else. The waqf money can be invested, but as you mentioned that contributions are also deposited in waqf. So is it possible that total amount, seed money plus contribution, can be invested? Yes, total amount, seed money and the contributions, they will be invested, and they all are invested in a Sharia compliant way, and the profit generated on these investments are also transferred in that waqf fund, in that takaful fund, and by this profit we can give the claim. Is waqf fund will utilize in general insurance? Also no. Waqf fund cannot support, takaful fund cannot support insurance, and it is not possible that the takaful fund will pay the claims of the insurance company. Yes, the wakala fee belongs to the insurance company. So out of wakala fee, insurance company may make any investment, may make any out of wakala fee. If they take out wakala fee and they take out, they can distribute this amount among the shareholders, and they are their amount, so they can use. But the Waqf fund cannot be, the Takaful fund cannot be utilized in general insurance. Yes, if Takaful company invests in Islamic banks, so from where they paid profit? Islamic banks, they pay profit because they are trading house. Islamic banks, basically they are they execute the transactions of sale, they execute the transaction of rentals, they execute the transaction of musharaka. So they receive the profits, from their activities. So the Islamic banks will pay the profit, and this profit would be given to Takaful fund. In practice, these companies distribute surplus. Yes, actually, in family Takaful, in life insurance sector, in family Takaful, normally the companies try to distribute surplus. And I am also Sharia advisor of one of the life insurance companies, and this company always every year distributes the surplus. But in general Takaful, normally companies don't distribute. Why? Because they don't have surplus, because the loss ratio is high in the general Takaful. That is why they normally don't distribute surplus. Yes, in future I am hopeful that inshallah some companies will distribute surplus if they are in surplus. How a participant will get profit from wakala funds? Wakala fund is for how participant will get profit from. No, participants cannot get any profit. Participant will receive only the claim, because this Takaful fund is for claim, and also this Takaful fund is to pay the wakala fee to the Takaful company, and this Takaful fund does not pay any profit to the participant. Yes, surplus may be distributed and claim may be paid. If Re-Takaful does not compensate, then what is benefit of Re-Takaful concept? If Re-Takaful does not compensate, no, Re-Takaful compensates. If you take the policy of Re-Takaful, then they will compensate. Yes, if you don't take the policy of Re-Takaful, then they will not definitely compensate. If conventional and Takaful operations and other processes are almost same, then why we need Takaful system if the purpose is already filled by conventional system? Yes, the purpose is being fulfilled by the insurance system, but the problem is that the process, the procedure, and the method of the insurance product is not Sharia compliant, because it is based on the concept of risk transfer. And in risk transfer, it is not allowed as per Sharia to take the excess amount. It means that you cannot take, in risk transfer mechanism, the claim cannot be more than the premium amount. For example, if you pay premium of $1,000 and you receive the claim for $500,000. Okay, so it is not allowed in risk transfer mechanism in Sharia due to number of reasons. So insurance does not fulfill the requirement of Sharia compliance, and Takaful fulfills the requirement of Sharia compliance. That is why we are required to launch Takaful. How if a Takaful company dissolved, where go the Waqf fund? In another Waqf fund, in another Takaful fund. for example, if any company dissolved, then the Waqf fund would not be given to the owner of the Takaful company or the insurance company. It would be transferred to another Takaful company or another Takaful fund. I would like to Mufti Saab and all organization and request to share these slides. Okay. What is time limit within which participants take?
Mufti Saab.
Okay, fine.
I'm Zulfikar. Mufti Saab.
Yes, yes, please.
Yes. I would like to add at the end something that we have one of the participants, Dr. Nicola Miller from Chartered Insurance Institute, England. We want to give her mic at the end. First, you complete your question and answer session, then kindly let her in to talk about some things of the Takaful.
Brother Zulfikar, yes, Brother Zulfikar, actually, there are so many questions, and if we go the completion of this question, then we will not be able to listen because we have only 5 minutes. So, what do you suggest? If I reply, you can share with me all these questions that are appearing in the chat box, and then I will reply. Is it possible, or what should we do?
Yes, we can give them answer in privately as well. So we now move to Dr. Nicola Miller for her some words on the Takaful. Kindly unmute the mic of Dr. Miller.
Hello, everybody. It's morning here. So good morning or good afternoon. I really just wanted to say a very big thank you, and I'll be very brief because we have very few minutes left and so many questions. This has been brilliant. Just to thank you for inviting me, and to most of all thank Mufti Ibrahim Issa for such a clear and fantastic articulation of a form of Takaful and its principles. I just wanted to say very briefly why it's so important to the Chartered Insurance Institute, the CII, that webinars, excellent webinars like this take place, which is that obviously insurance of all forms is a social good for protecting individuals and families and supporting industry and national infrastructure. And it's absolutely critical to make sure there's a form of insurance for everybody. And the ethical principles behind Takaful are a force for good. So I'm personally very supportive of seeing Takaful and Takaful thrive, and we're ready to support in any way we can. And I think education, the principles of Takaful, is very important for helping with accurate technical practice, and also clear communication to customers and clients, and to make sure as well that there are good professional development opportunities for the professionals working in Takaful forms of insurance as well as conventional insurance. So I think Mufti Ibrahim Issa has contributed greatly to this today, and so I thank him and all the esteemed colleagues who arranged the webinar. I think it's been a fantastic contribution to everybody's understanding. So, as I said, I'll be very brief, just to share my thanks to everybody for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miller, for participating in today's webinar. I will ask all the members, if they have any question, they can put their question in the IGIP group, or they can send a message to Khurshid Saab or Imran Saab. Then Mufti Saab will answer their questions in private. Thank you. Anything else, Mufti Saab, you want to talk about?
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I am also thankful to Nicola Miller. She participated and she said hi of me and also about the education. So I am thankful to you and the IAP, and I am hopeful that you will arrange more webinar on the concept and the products of Takaful. So thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. It's our pleasure to organize such gatherings, and we will continue that gathering people on different topics in future. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you share this presentation?
Yes, we can share this presentation, and we will also, I hope so, we will share this recording on our YouTube channel as well. I hope so.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.